Okay, welcome back to Hello Animal. My goal, what I would like to do, and I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I hope you're enjoying checking out the beta branch with all the new changes and stuff like that. But in the last go around, we were already up into like 1936, that type of area. So my goal for this series is to kind of get up to that point and then start seeing all brand new content with y'all. Uh, in order to do that, we could do a couple things. One, I could, keep doing these videos. We could keep kind of plugging along and, going video by video, which is fine because there is new events that like happen and new things like that, right? Two, I could use like some editing and do like some fast cuts and time jumps and stuff like that, which to be honest, I'm not a super big fan of just because it's more time. And I'm lazy, I guess. And then the third thing is we could do a live stream where I'll still release, I have 5 videos of the beta branch in the can that's going to be coming out next week, starting on Monday, on the same schedule that the last series was. So, like one a day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. But we could do a live stream after this video and get us at least caught back up. And then, you could go back and watch the shorter videos, right? To that point, and then from there, then I would go back and kind of switch back into doing the videos. So just let me know down in the comments what you guys are looking to do. I haven't quite figured that out yet. So I will say if we're gonna stick with this route, the videos are gonna be a little bit longer than the 45 minutes. Probably maybe like an hour and a half, just to get us caught back up to where we were. But all that being said, let's get in here and start playing the game, shall we? Okay. So last time we've got our Wendy film out. We're about to go to court. Nice. We just got our sound studio. Fantastic. Okay. So I would definitely like to get the concert hall now, and we can speed that up a little bit. But so we have Luxta. They're suing us for $500,000 because they said they had a contract with us. Okay, here we go. Perfect timing. So we have Fred Lawson, who's our legal executive. We have Fred Carpenter, the mayor's lawyer, and I've paid money to influence the courts. So let's see what happens. In the meantime, we can now find illegal tendencies for people. That's good. Okay. Let's go now with Secret Keepers, I think is a good one. Yeah. Jesse Barrett. People indulge in all sorts. Some are simply on the powder, while others eat monkey brains for breakfast. What? Now we can instruct the guys from security to sniff out the employees' more exotic tendencies. After all, the finest gifts are perfectly tailored to fit, aren't they? And if the talent is currently working for a competitor, signs of attention like that are not easily forgotten. Good. Okay, cool. That's good. Court decision. Luxta Construction versus AB. There we go. Very good. Very good. We won. We won. Nice. All right, so you don't have to pay the remainder, right? I think it was like $300,000 in remaining. I'm gonna get to this in a second. I do want to make sure. Whoa. All right. Have a new script, so I'm not gonna get to that in a second, I guess. Thank you for your understanding. Is not a great script. That's okay. Let's see what this was. Who wrote this? Oh, is it XP Piece for Vincent? Detective comedy, Fantasy Kingdom, Working Man. With an evil witch. We'll shelve that for now. We'll shelve that for now. First off, I want to make sure that we have some gifts coming in. Yeah, we have whiskey coming in, stuff like that. That's good. We're researching special events. That's new. All right, play. Go. Ray Hawkins has a scene where he digs a grave, but he looks like he's never held a shovel in his life. Okay. Let him dig the best he can. Lower quality film. If we edit the script to account for his clumsiness, it's a lower quality film. So just add more time to this one. That's okay. On the company's dime, this is like our thriller that we threw together. Audiences and critics didn't like it. Oh, wow. Put some effort into that one. Man. It was kind of weird because like I tried to make the stuff that we had available, you know, really fit our. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I tried to really make that like fit with what we have, right? Because we don't have all of the cool settings, we don't have all the cool, you know, story elements and things like that yet. So this is a 2-3. So we really only need like, let's do 2300. Let's drop this down maybe to like 2000. Let's go down to like 18, and then we can drop this down to like 15. Okay. 6 weeks is fine. And then let's apply that. So this is coming out on March 2nd. So if we were to do, let's do here. We might renew this one. I don't think we're going to though. So we'll just put that there. Let's add advertising. I think magazines and radio programs that cover cinema are fine. That, you know, we don't have to spend a ton on this one. This one isn't a very heavy hitting script, things like that. So still need to get analytics and statistics to help us dial in our marketing so that way we can be more effective. But week 4, our Wendy film has made a profit. So that's good. Yep. All right, good. So, okay, week 3, we had 61% of 3,500. So 10% would be 350, 20 would be 700. 40 would be 1,400, and then, you know, 60 would be what, 21? Okay, so we need to start at 2,100. Well, no, because we're on week 4. Sorry, so we had 40%. So 40 would be 2,100. Right? Is that mathing? I think so. So if we did like 2,100, and then we drop this down to like 15, and then we drop this down to like 1,000, and that's the most we can do, right? So we might as well let this try to make some money if we can. $1,800, $1,500. Yeah. And if that doesn't make sense, guys, the what I'm doing with the math there is basically, taking the percentage of how full the theater was, and trying to match that when we extend our distribution. So yesterday, my childhood friend was saved from a noose. They barely managed to revive him. Hoping to cheer him up, I suggested we travel America to the Great Wakes, the canyons, and he unexpectedly agreed. It's been several years since I saw a sparkle in his eye. Yeah, Johnny, absolutely. Go. You and your friend go on a nice vacation. Okay, that being said, we're going to get some goodwill points with the mayor and build 3 buildings with Cutterstone Company contractor within a year. This is going to help out his nephew. It's not a great construction company, but I mean, we have repair crews now, so we can use this to like. I do wish we could rotate buildings, but maybe that's coming in a future version of the game. Yeah, let's do a soundstone. Cutterstone is very poor. It's very bad construction. But you know, that being said, like we're gonna do what we can here. So this is our Luxta one. We're gonna demolish this. It's gonna cost us 7,000. Okay. And did I have another Luxta one? No, these are our existing sound stages. They're pretty good. We have this one gonna be finished in 2 days. So let's go ahead and get a soundstage 2. This would be what? And then we'll do cutter stone there. Okay, so that's 2 out of the 3 to help out Fred's nephew, which is good. Walter's back from vacation. All right, we've got a check mark on our Hespro, which is good. This one is going to be B2. Yep. Anthony's back from vacation. Cecil didn't find a story element, so he's currently capped, so I don't really want him working on scripts because he's not going to get XP for them. I know it's only 20%, so it's 1 in 5 chances, but, you know, that's going to be his job until we can find something a little bit better for him. Week Before Christmas is our weird, like, it's a comedy romance, hopeless romantic. There's a murder, some nudity. It doesn't really make sense, but I just wanted to try it, you know? Maybe getting in some of those, like, more risque things drives up numbers. You know, we don't know until we go, right? It's like one of those, like, it's just like one of those weird movies, you know? Not every movie needs to be The Godfather, guys. Right? Not every movie needs to be The Godfather. You know, let's see. So on the company's dime would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Could probably start here. It's a very busy with like the other studios' movies, but we can try. It's a 4. So let's go here. Oh, I wish you could. Can I type this in? Oh, yeah, I can. Ha! All right, that's way easier. Okay, so that's a 4. And then we're going to just drop down to our studio, or our cinemas, and then we're going to drop it down to maybe 2,500. And then we're going to drop this down to like 2,000. It's pretty far out, so we can start our marketing, you know, right around here, and then go to, we'll extend this marketing out a little bit. We can do radio, magazine. I don't know if we would need billboards for this one. This one's kind of got a weird plot. Yeah, that's fine. Interesting. What does this mean? Huh. I've never seen that before. Okay. So we don't know any taxes because, again, we spent more than we made. We were number 4. And in terms of overall finances, which is good. Bob's back from vacation. All right, so we had none of these. See, these guys are making like $7 million movies. I'm barely making $1 million movie. Yeah, we didn't even make the top 10. That's okay. You know, we're just starting. We're just starting out, right? 2 days at the Cecil Hotel is like a thriller. I mean, it's a 5, you know? It is a 5. Jane is back. She's still not really very happy, but I could help with this. See, that made her a little bit happy. See, the whiskey, man. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Bernard didn't find a story element. That's okay. I want him writing something. Yes, you can take a vacation. I know it was very challenging sitting there and coming up with ideas. You earned it. All right, Guillermo. A villa without an owner. So I didn't create this script. Oh, but the critics really like it. Interesting. This was Felix. Detective thriller, modern American clown, cop, bandit, angry boss, antagonist repents. A villa without an owner. Interesting. All right, these do kind of fit together, at least. And the antagonist repents. Interesting. All right, yeah, let's do it. Cinematographer. Who do I want on this one? Anthony. Soundstage. We're gonna go to B1. Okay, town streets. Now that we have the better soundstage, we can have better quality. So we should kind of be doing everything on the better quality soundstage. Technology is going to be our Hespro, the Dominus, extras, props, crew. 389,112 days. So our producer on this one, he could really drop it down. So the closest I would have is Vernon, but I mean, he's still 21 days away. Wilson would be pretty close. I mean, let's try Vincent because we can stack this with some other strong talent, right? Yeah. Angry Boss. Jane's been a. I don't mind Jane. It's perfect. Now for our bandit, ooh, we're a little bit low on actors. A little bit low on actors. Edward isn't bad. He's modest and he's chaste. You know, he's pretty good. Ooh, Leslie Zimmerman, 4'3". He's 23 years old, so he's a little bit younger than Edward. And he's pretty cheap. And he's a perfectionist, which I like. Let's see. Three movies. If I were to give you medical insurance, would that help? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Alright, let's grab Leslie Zimmerman. Leslie, you're going to be our bandit. So really the only people that would be bringing it down would be Vincent and Jane. But the star is what needs to be... I mean, a bad secondary character can make or break a film for sure, right? But I think that's fine. Okay, the other woman did good. We only had 2 screenings. I mean, even here, like, look at week 7. It was almost 50%. So this is pushing up to our other film. Right? I mean, this is pushing up to our other film, but it's still 50%. So you could still squeeze out like 700 or you could squeeze out like 750 more screenings to go into if we had done that here. Yeah. So I don't know if we risk it for the biscuit or if we go and just keep our $500,000 end distribution here. Let's see. Right. Okay. Because yeah, our other film, 2 Days at the Cecil Hotel, is taking up all of the available spots here. So it's not like I can do that. So we just got to end this distribution. Wendy's film was profitable. It was a 3.6 to start. You know, if we can make $500,000 on a 3.6 or 3.4, then that's fine, right? We can just kind of start turning out. We can just start turning out those threes and those fours and making, you know, 500,000 here, 500,000 there. Okay, Exquisite Cinematique published an article called Deja Vu Whirlpool. They're furiously criticizing American cinema for its repetitive plots and typical characters. They've discussed the problem in dozens of interviews with anonymous representatives of the film industry, plus art historians, cultural experts, advisors, and ordinary viewers. The journalists have concluded this can't go on for any longer. Don't get us wrong, not every film needs to be a miracle of originality. Genre pieces can be quite entertaining, but over the past year, according to the article, studios have surpassed all bounds of human decency. Everything is merged into one big lump, and absent ideas, sometimes it's hard to see where one film ends and another begins. Maybe yesterday only the grumpy critics noticed, but now it's obvious to the ordinary moviegoers. Right, so they're getting like Marvel fatigue, right? So Cinematique may be a niche publication, but their article still caused quite a stir. Hundreds of newspapers and magazines across the country have mentioned it in the past week. Today, the famous radio host Paul Hanratty read excerpts from the article on his morning show. Seems like these journalists really hit a nerve. People are tired of going to watch the same old movies. Maybe we should keep that in mind. Most used story elements is... So our detective is stale. The hopeless romantic is fresh, sidekick is stale, shootout is stale, protagonist overcomes self-doubt is stale, and then antagonist gets punished is fresh. All right. So with that in mind, we've got to kind of move away from that repetition, which I think is good. So if we were to... Felix, we could have you write something. First off, do we have any ideas? Ooh. Historical tropical island daring adventure. Okay, so this actually might fit. But then if we're going to do that... We don't have pirates yet, though, so we need to do, like, Okay, this is going to be an action-adventure. Let's give you a pretty decent split here. We could splash in a little bit of comedy. Just a little bit. More action than adventure. So here's the difference between these two, in my mind, right? Action is like the fight sequences. It's, you know, it's John Wick, Fast and the Furious. Like it's, you know, it's that high-paced, high-octane kind of engagement where the characters are doing something. Adventure is action, but not all actions are adventure, right? So an adventure has to do with like big sets, like it's Pirates of the Caribbean, like it's like that, you know, it's swashbuckling in the sense of like the jungle, it's like Lost Cities, it's Indiana Jones. So Indiana Jones is an action adventure, but you know, when Indy is punching a Nazi in the face, right? Like as you should, that's action. When Indy's using his whip in the hidden temple and like going through the jungle, that's adventure. So like, you know, every adventure is an action, but not every action is an adventure. Okay? Does that make sense? But we're going to go on a tropical island here. All right? Protagonist is going to be... Oops. Okay. All story elements have a freshness level. Freshness is determined by how often you release films with a given element. Cool. Protagonist. See how it's all grungy? This is a stale story element. But a daring adventure is fresh, right? Supporting characters. See, a sidekick is stale, but a damsel in distress is fresh. Okay, good. How about a rival? Rival's fresh, right? Themes and events. There is going to be a treasure hunt, which is fresh, right? Finale, protagonist finds the treasure. And oh wow. So we're kind of making, so essentially we've just kind of made Indiana Jones. So we just made Raiders. All right, cool. Let's see. Okay. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. So, Daring Adventure, Tropical Island, right? It's not historical. This is pretty modern. Okay, so it'd be set in like 1931. There's a hidden idol, and there's a damsel in distress. And then his rival is like a French archaeologist, and he's going against it. There's a treasure hunt, and then mysterious symbols, archaic messages, and incomprehensible. Oh, but what does it all mean? How's it all work? That's perfect. Yeah, dude, that's such a good fit. That's such a good fit. And we could kind of like bang out. So I could add in another supporting character and we get a little character heavy. Or we could add another theme. And if we did alcohol, spirit of, do I want to burn this with alcohol, spirit of freedom? I mean, I could, right? Because it's like, he goes to the island, he has a rum drink, like, you see it in a positive light. Like, this doesn't have to be like such a symbol, like, it doesn't have to be a story beat, it can just be a background theme, right? So like in my novel, there's the main theme, which is it's a fast-paced noir, and then there's like a background theme, about like growing up, about kind of like making life choices, becoming more stable, settling down, things like that, right? So this doesn't have to be a main theme. This is the main theme, this is the secondary theme, and this would be the tertiary theme. Daring Adventure works with treasure hunt and finding the treasure. I think a rival's better than an antagonist. Damsel in distress, that's just classic Hollywood. Raiders of the Hidden Idol, yeah, I like it. The freshness of story elements ultimately affect the performance of the film at the box office. Viewers grow tired of stories with stale or rotten elements. Yes, but you can always shelve the script or even finish the finished film until the audience grows to miss the familiar characters and plots. Oh, we can shelve finished films? Felix, you're my action guy. I think you're going to have a ball with this. Nice. Bernard is on holiday. Walter, we need a thriller for you. All right, hold on. So let's do another film here. Any ideas? Any ideas? Thriller, Modern American City Cop. Perfect. Walter, this is your bag. Okay. And then Vincent, anything for you? We could do another piece for Vincent. Adventure Wild West Working Man, which is a fresh story element. Is Hopeless Romantic fresh? But it's a detective. So the genre is detective. So it's like a working man or a hopeless romantic gets involved into like a mystery. It's like what would be like a good example of this? It would be that film that Charlie Day did where he played a silent movie actor. You could get involved in like even like kind of Rear Window, right? It's more of like a thriller and a detective. He's trying to solve a mystery, but it's not really he's the detective. Adventure Wild West with a working man seems pretty good. He could be like working man doesn't mean he has to be in the office, right? Like he could be the tavern owner, he could be a blacksmith, he could be a rancher, and he could be John Dutton. Okay, so he could be John Dutton from Yellowstone. John Dutton's like quote unquote a working man. He runs his ranch, and things like that, but he deals with like the corruption and injustice. I mean, I'm going to throw a 2 at this, so let's just see what Vincent can come up with on that. Not every one of our scripts is going to be me making it, which I do find to be like the best part of the game. Wow, dude. This got crushed. So the advertising just didn't even Man, the advertising didn't even work here. Huh. Wow, dude. I mean, we have nothing else, so we might as well just put in a let's let's put in 1,000 just to see if my math is actually shaking out the way that I want it to. Because we don't have any other films here to compete with at the moment, so like this really doesn't matter, you know? Yeah. This must be showing like the availability. That's interesting, huh? Oh, and it's stale. Yeah, dude, that hurt a lot. Okay, so that staleness, I mean, that staleness, man, really does. That staleness really does hurt. I mean, I could throw some more money at it. Post production, we have a sound studio. Good. Um, Sound studio 1. Well, how many more of these do we need? Let's do Carpenter Sound Studio. Carpenter. Yeah. Okay. Good. Now, immediately what we're going to do here. Oops. I don't know if I had. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so repair crews is still a little bit ways off. That's fine. That is fine. Villa without an owner. Put in 100,000. Audiences don't like it, but it does have fresh story elements. So this stale or fresh is clearly becoming like a big part of the game now, which is good. I like it. So that way you can't just keep churning out the same thing. Blah 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 blah. It's still a 4. Let's do 8 days a week or 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. Security. We can put Cornelius on this. Go ahead. My contract has expired. I'd like to keep working together, assuming you're interested, of course. I mean, you're not entirely happy, but you're a 6.2. You are kind of expensive, Billy. But let's see here. Medical coverage. And how about a bit of booze, too? Under 50,000, 3 movies. For a 6'2", he's a rising star. He's a team player, and he's an alcoholic, so this would actually be a good gift. Walter is a 4.8. Yeah, dude, you're actually very cheap. I'm happy with keeping you. We're gonna do 3 movies, $6,500. Sounds good. Winnie. It's that time of year. It's contract time. Anyone else? Richard. Okay, so this is the DEA. Sorry, DA, not DEA. He's just not enforcing drugs. He's a district attorney. Um, Basically, he's the opposite of Fred. And I can read through this if you guys want. But basically, Carpenter embodies everything that America needs to give up: theft, fraud, mafia connections. I'm sure all of us, especially people like you, would much rather build a fair system where the rules are transparent and apply equally to everyone. So the security of our business doesn't rely on some person's moods. Imagine a film which shows the audience that you're ruled by corrupt officials who are always getting away with it. It could just be the beginning we need. Yes, I will release a film showing corrupt officials because it's a good story element. Okay. Level 2 downstage. What would this be? B3? So we're going to need to repair some of this, but this is us helping out Fred's nephew so I can get more standing with him, because Fred is the only way that you can get influence points, at least in the last time that I played, right? Johnny's back. Okay. Training Afternoon is our cop film. This is to help the police chief. I mean, I know it's stale, but I still have to release it because I made that commitment to the chief of police, and I want to get on his good side because he protects us from raids. Oliver, Lee, our film development, concert hall, our sound. So at least we're going to save some money on this film. Right? Because we have to release... Okay, so after the release of Bloody Saturday, Western 20,000 people marched in Tampa to introduce censorship into Hollywood. This is what the bandits killed a young woman in a church. People are very upset. Okay, and they're upset not for the reason. They're upset because they. Okay, the best way to put this is that they're very close-minded people. And like, if you even say even the leaders of the Redskins, like, that's okay to them. They're like, oh, that's okay if they do it. So, oh, but you put a kind of a good-looking, dude, white guy actor in there as the bad guy, and he gets away with it, and that's not acceptable. So it's like, yes, I can see what they're saying. Like, having killers get away with something and having something be violent for violence sake, like, but it needs to be up to the audience. Okay, so this is, long story short, this is going to lead us into, there's going to be a battle for like the soul of Hollywood, where we can, stay and keep making the movies that we want to make, or the government and like a group of people can tell us what we want to make. I'm off of my soapbox now, I swear. All right, on the company's dime. It's a C. Where Gabriel got some, experience, I guess. $500,000 on this one. Walter, you did just come back, but if you want to take a vacation, you can, maybe for a little bit of happiness there. So 2 movies running at the same time is good, right? So this is our, this is our 8th week here. 20% of attendance at 500. 10% would be 50. So that's 100. Let's just end distribution on this one. I think the staleness really hurt us on this. I think the fact that it was really stale really hurt us on that. Bernard is back. Good, I'm gonna need you to write something. Let's go ahead and get 2 more of these whiskeys. And then if we were to go into our... what's a better way of doing this? Yeah, go here. Okay, so who needs attention? Boone is just not happy, but I just gave you whiskey, right? Oh, no, I didn't. That was part of your contract. So... interesting. So if you don't give someone... if you don't give someone a gift in the gift menu, it doesn't really affect their happiness, right? Walter, also have some bourbon, right? Have some writer's tears. Everyone loves whiskey if you're a writer. Director... watch... and bourbon. We gotta get this happiness up. Ooh, who in our management is unhappy? Anne is unhappy. Anne got a watch twice. She's got 2 watches from me. I gotta wait till we get some... Anne, would you like some heroin? No. Alright. Risa film with heroes in uniform. That's happening here. Recent film with alcohol spirit. That's Raiders of the Hidden Idol. Raymond Lowe got sunstruck and started thinking he was a real cowboy. He was telling everyone in graphic details about brutally killing the Indians. The story scared the whole crew. Okay. Stop filming and get the actor to the hospital. Happiness will decrease. Loyalty will decrease. Why? For going to the hospital? I don't want the film's crew happiness to... I mean, just stop for 10 days. Dude, if you got heat stroke, go to the hospital. Right? Why is this locked? There must be like a time... Okay, so you can't just spam gifts like you could before. Oh, God. Oh, wow. We might take an L on this. Yeah, we might take like a serious L on this. Huh. Yeah. And might as well just run it to have something in theaters, but I'm not spending any more on advertising on it. Until recently, I owned a small distillery in Sonoma and inherited from my grandfather. Yesterday, the manager called me, said there was a fire and the whole operation was lost. I love when I re-sign someone's contract and they immediately are like, oh, by the way, I'm going on vacation. Sure. So, also, what I'm going to do here... This is a little gamey. Dude, our entire stable of actors and actresses is... Like, our entire stable of actors and actresses is on vacation at the moment. Seems like things turned around for my nephew and started working with you. He's leaving me alone at least, not constantly bugging me about loans anymore. I can't thank you enough. Sure thing, Fred. Sure thing. That said, I would very much like to go to one of your parties. 300 influence points. Thank you. A week before Christmas. Release this. Dang, we're just not making... We're not making good movies here. Except Bone Grinder likes it. It's finally started to dawn on Hollywood that people have naked bodies under their clothes. Let's hope this realization doesn't evaporate as suddenly as it appeared. I love seeing these sacrimonious faces of normal people when they see a naked woman's breast in a movie. Thank you, Bone Grinder. You get it. What department are you? I think we could spend the money to 20%, you know, to speed up projects, or we could just take an overall speed up of 1% to the studio. Who else got experience here? Anthony got experience as a director. He's now level 5. That's awesome. I mean, we're making pretty expensive movies. The Quiet comes out as a 4 with fresh story elements. All right. Detective, action, drama, comedy, thriller. Modern American city cop murder a damsel in distress with a treasure hunt, and the protagonist rescues hostages. I mean, it's a very convoluted script. It's like all over the place, but I mean, it could be fresh. It could be a new take, you know. Sorry, I had to grab a sip of coffee there. Um, I mean, I guess it's a really weird script. But I mean, we have guides for this. You know, we have guides for this, right? Soundstage B2. Can I do this on location? No, not yet. Might as well do it on the higher quality. Right? Filming technology. I want to unlock the Hespro. I mean, this is what makes our movies so expensive. I mean, this is what makes our movies just like incredibly expensive. But it's also the best chance of making a good movie, as long as it's got like fresh ideas and stuff like that. Wilson, Lewis. I mean, I might as well use David Goodman. I'm not going to renew his contract, though, right? Um, let's get one more for... Well, she's capped at the moment, so... We could use Thelma. I'm not putting a 6-3 in as a villain with 3 movies left on his contract, so... So we gotta find someone cheap. Owen is cheap for movies. I mean, all things being considered cheaper, I guess. Down to $2.9 million, boys. So we gotta start making some. We gotta start making some movies here that are making a profit. Our last couple, so under 99 days. Still 321,000 for this movie. I know, but you can't get any more experience, Cecil, not yet. So you get a 1 in 5 chance. Find some new story elements. In 6 months, the manufacturer will stop servicing this technology. You won't be able to use it for new shoots or to upgrade it. Oh, cool. Yeah, so the Doppler is going to be done. That's good. We're on to the Hespro, right? Good. Finally trying to get rid of this like illegal gifts. We bought heroin one time. That's been hanging over us like an axe. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think there is any. I don't think there is any saving this. There's no polishing this turd of a movie, right? So that sucks. I think I created this one too. Drama, thriller, modern Korean city, love interest, angry boss. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I mean, they can't all be winners, kid. Right? Walter's back. So we already did that with Frank's hair. We already did this with Fred's son or nephew. What am I talking about? New story elements every 6 months. Good, 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 good. New story elements every 3 months. Develop story elements 15% faster. Let's do by category. 8 elements would be good. That's how we get into like. Let's do. Because this, we could send it to the script doctor, right? To make punch up these like films or scripts that our guys come up with. 1931, we have 7 elements available, which means we can get it high as a 7. Let's do the freelancing office. I'm not going to invest money into it just yet. So a week before Christmas did turn a profit. It's 29%. Oh, wow. 29% of 2,000. So let's call that 30%, right? So 20, or 200, 400, 600. So if we went down here and did 600 screenings, right? And, you know, I don't know. Whoops. Weird, it won't let me delete the 1 somehow. 400 and, you know, I mean, 250 and 100. That's fine. We'll just extend it. We're not renting anything. We don't also have any other movies in here. So the advertising was 100% effective here. So does that penetration mean? Because ideally you want to advertise a movie before the movie comes out, right? So people get excited to go and see it. But then you also want to, you know, how many times do you guys see it on like TV now? It's like Thunderbolts is the #1 movie in America 4 weeks in a row. Like, you know, that type of stuff. It still builds that hype. But I mean, it is stale. So let's just drop the number of showings down. Let's just drop the number of showings down. We still made some money on this. Woodrow is a 4 director. Yeah. Andy's a phenomenon, so I like having him around. You can have medical insurance. I pay a fee for this anyway, so we might as well start giving it to our employees. Ray Hawkins, 2.6. You're not capped or anything, right, Ray? No. I wish you were a little bit happier, buddy, but you're also very cheap, so you could be good. We could start moving you into the role of like a villain, sidekick. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, distribution department. We have more cinemas for rent, so that's interesting. I'm wondering how we're going to really utilize that. I think it's now time to go into analytics and statistics. Hold on, where's our theater management? Right here. Cinemas, theater management. So I only have 100 of these, right? I mean, I probably should buy some more. I mean, before my competitors do. $900,000 for 350. Like, sheesh, bro. That might be a little bit rich for my blood. Just by, I guess, 5 at a time. And then, are we going to start seeing income? How do we get people to rent our cinemas? Right? Like, how do I get other studios to rent my cinemas? Your studio's rented. Showtimes in rented theaters. Weekly profits. Oh. Okay, so maybe just because we rent cinemas, we get $6,500 a week. Okay. 310 to Phoenix. This is a Western. It's got fresh ideas, but dude, it's just getting pummeled. We're just getting pummeled. Shoot. I mean, a lot of things happened on this particular film. Maybe we can fix it in post. Right? Do I really want to burn Emma on this? No. So Oliver, that's you. Lead, that's you. Medium, medium, medium. All right, what else we got going on here? The Quiet is ready. Okay, so the fresh elements are good here. You know, it goes up in pre-production. Cinematographer, director didn't help, but the producers and the actors helped start production. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Security, Randy, have at it. All right, training afternoon. This is what we need to do to satisfy the chief of police. It did get a little bit of a bump, so I don't hate on that. It's not bad. No one got XP. Cop film on 4th of July? Sounds good to me. So 3-4. So, I mean, let's just crank this up. So, we don't have... do we have anything else coming down the pipe? I kind of want to see if we can... what's hurting us, okay? If what's hurting us is that we are turning out too many, we're turning out like too many movies at a time. So let's do bigger blocks of advertising here. I mean, I'm doing quite a lot. And I need to start unlocking these, but we need to get, more influence, which means we need to go to the mayor's party, which means, this is where that management side of the game comes in. And will become stale after studio's upcoming premieres. Are you sure you want to release it? Yes, I have to, because it's for the mayor. All right, or it's for the chief of police. For one of those guys. Thanks. We did tout the mayor's achievements. Not all our theater's guests appreciated the Carpenter advertisements, and we got disdain and ridicule from the rest of the film industry. But we got goodwill with him, and that's what matters. To the point where I could go to another party and get more influence points. A saber in the sleeve. It has fresh ideas. This was just an XP piece for Vincent. Action, romance, adventure, Wild West. Working man, evil witch, struggle for better life, alcohol, spirited freedom, and a protagonist overcomes self-doubt. Let's just go ahead and shelve that one. Vincent, you're level 2. Raiders of the Hidden Idol. Ooh. Okay, first off, Raiders is the best Indiana Jones. So there's no doubt in my mind that this should work. All right. Now, we have talent to keep this up. Good job, Felix. We have talent to keep this up at a 7. Oh, I like this. This is where we make our money. Yeah. Okay. Herbert. Soundstage. Oh no, dude. I don't have my good sound stages. Okay. Hold on a sec. Just put this on the shelf for a second. What we need to do now, Winnie's back. Okay. Pause. Which one has like the least? They're all... Dang, our film lab sucks. But we're getting to repair crew soon. Perfect. Soundstage, this would be B3. It's going to take 48 days. It's okay. Willis isn't bad, actually. 42 days. About $30,000 cheaper, 75%. No, let's just get it at 100%, because that does help the quality of the film. Okay. So. The world has slown and grown dim. I float through my days like a cloud across the sky, gray and lifeless. It's like everything around is made of dirty cotton wool, silently listening from side to side. Such a strange feeling. It won't let me concentrate on my work. I think I need a rest. Will you let me go for 2 months? Sure. Man, no one wants to work in this industry, huh? All right, repair crew is almost done. That's good. Oh, God. Just... Coleman, you better get some serious XP for this, man. Like, you have been on this at this point for, like, years. A week before Christmas in 8, attendance is still 23% at 100 screenings. So we were full at 23 screenings. I mean, our films are just too our films are just too expensive, right? And I think we're just cramming in too many of them, so we're just nickel and diming. We're just nickel and diming some of these films. But I mean, this stuff to have a 4. I mean, I guess you could look at it as like you're spending, $100,000 per star or per popcorn. So maybe that's a good math. And I mean, also too, we're like 2 years in, right? So we're gonna have some stumbles along the way. Lewis, I would really like to try to make you happier, man. Would you like a little whiskey? I mean, sure. Okay. I mean, again, maybe we just need to like focus on like the one movie at a time. Scouting Office is good. Um, Higher quality sets would be really good. Higher quality costumes would be really good. Yeah. Do we want to do sets for? I think costumes. We'll grab costumes. Okay. Good. Now we have our repair crews. I like that. So now it comes down to, do we want a power plant or a water tower? Build a water tower and supply the studio with its own water source. This will save us on our monthly or yearly income, right? And it's also going to take, I mean, what, 9 years? So by the time 1940 rolls around, we'll have it. It's fun. We'll go the Animaniacs route. We'll go the Warner Brother route, have our own water tower. Oh, Lydia! Lydia has exited the door at the bottom of the abyss of despair. Lydia has died. Sorry, Lydia. Yeah, I know it lacks integrity and plot. It's a puff piece. It's something that I'm doing to get favors. Wow, Winnie's an 8. And she's capped. I mean, she's money well spent. That's good. Go. All right. So Peter Lambert is very happy. That's good. We got some favors with him. We're gonna do protection from police raids. Por favor. Okay. Good. So even if that movie doesn't make any money, that's worth it in the end, because then they're not going to come and finally, finally, the police aren't going to come and raid us every 5 minutes as long as we have protection with them. All right. So our competitors, Gernstein, Evergreen, they can't send the police to come and raid us and take our goods. Right. This is all suppressed. That's good. That's finally done. That was a big thing. Sonotone is going the way of the dodo. I understand. We're not using that anymore. What we're going to do here is we're going to go into our soundstage. Let's repair this, please. Until renovations on the sound studio are finished, we won't be able to record sound for the films at the studio. Sure. Where's our technology center? We're going to go here, technology management. So this is expired. We have the Hespro and we have the Dominus, right? Research is underway. If we were to buy new technology, is there anything available in terms of sound? No. Not yet. All right, that's fine. Cool. So 1931, we're clipping along. We've got $1.6 million in the bank. We need to eat some of our. We need to eat some of our. We got to eat some of these costs. We got to get this down and start making, like better movies. That are going to make us a bit more money, because we're a little bit in the red at the moment with our last films. So we have some good films though. We have things like, we have Raiders of the Hidden Idol. We have Rotten Fates is really good. You know, a Coin with Three Sides is a 4. It has fresh elements in it. The Black Guitar even. So these are fresh. Rotten Fates isn't good yet. We're going to need to hold off on Rotten Fates, so that's fine. But Raiders of the Hidden Idol, man, this is a 7. Like, we can make some good money off of this. So maybe we just need to push through even these ones and just get them out and try to be as cheap as possible. But yeah, we're going to do that next time, guys. I know this is a little bit longer of a video. I think the next couple ones are going to be longer. If you do want to do a stream of this until we catch back up into at least the time where we were in the previous series, let me know. If you want me to try a different approach, let me know in the comments as well. And if I'm doing anything wrong, I do appreciate your guys' feedback. I try to read all the comments and respond to it as much as I can. Obviously, we're a small channel, so we're growing. So, be part of the community and be here and let your voice be heard for sure. But I love you guys all. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next one. We'll be back soon. Bye for now.